Everyone, welcome to the Dearborn County Board of Commissioners meeting, January 21, 2025. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As a recipient of federal funds and in support of Dearborn County's efforts to ensure non-discrimination and equal access to all citizens, the county gathers statistical data regarding participants in county activities. Therefore, we have provided a voluntary Title VI public involvement survey at this meeting. You are not required to complete this survey. However, the form is anonymous and will be used solely for the purpose of monitoring our compliance with Title VI and the ADA.
Thank you, Andrew. Moving to old business, there are a number of items we want to continue to table. Do we need to make that motion, Andy? All those under old business are to be tabled till the next meeting.
Didn't you send out
Do you need it again?
No, I got it. Yeah,
We'll go ahead.
the communications board, I'm still waiting to hear back from,
No, that's your.
that's
Yeah,
under
no,
old
I'm talking
business.
about the ones above that.
Oh, yeah, the one that you're waiting on a third commissioner?
And
Yes, yeah.
schedule we were gonna table.
Yes, in the schedule, yeah.
So we need to make a motion to table this till the next meeting of February 3.
Yes.
Okay, so motion to table the commissioner meeting schedule and the boards for the due diligence till next week.
February 3rd.
February 3rd.
Yeah, morning meeting,
9 a.m.
9 a.m. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And that is just to note, a Monday, not a Tuesday.
Right. All right, citizen boards, you want to handle that first?
Yeah, so 911 communications, when we redid our ordinance last year, we added some board seats for the cities and towns. And I thought we were ready to go with the two nominated by the mayors. They had mentioned Anthony Smart and then Mayor Patrick Schwing. But Mayor Schwing, I don't think would be able to make the meeting, so he is looking to have it be Anthony and Austin Woods, who's Aurora City Manager. But I talked to Austin, I just said, well, we just need to make sure that's okay with the other two mayors since it's they're joint nominations. So for the 911 communications board, for those, I would just ask for the board members, I would ask for that to be tabled.
Is that Derek Stevens too, or just? I think they can go ahead and do Derek Stevens
Yeah.
because we have a letter
Yeah,
in
okay.
the packet.
So the two appointments from the mayors would just need to be tabled, but Derek Stevens, yeah, you'd be fine on that.
Okay, all right, so, motion to approve Derek Stevens to the 911 communications.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second, all in favor? It's confusing with only two people,
Yeah.
just having three of them. So. Okay, we passed that.
Do we need to
Yeah, we
table
need to
appointing
table.
the other?
A motion, yeah, it'd be a motion to table the appointments
Appointed by
from
the
the mayors.
So I'll make a motion to table the appointments made by the mayors until next meeting, February 3rd.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, moving on to the alcohol beverage board. We have an opening, and we have a motion to approve. Go now.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve Tom Smith as a one-year term to the alcohol beverage board.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Tom Smith, you'll notify him?
I will.
Okay. Seminary board, we're going to table that until February 3rd to see if we can find the open position, which we did get an email today.
And I forwarded that to Denny.
All right, motion to table the cemetery board until the February 3rd morning meeting at 9 o'clock.
Oh, sorry, motion to table that until the February 3rd meeting.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. New business, board appointments to redevelopment. Is there a motion to approve Jim Deaton, Jim Mansfield, Tom Tepe, and Darrell Cutter to the redevelopment board, and those 4-year terms or 1 year?
1 year.
1 year?
I'm sorry, the school board is 2 years.
All right, 2 year, for 2-year appointments.
On that, the young man that I brought the last time, he requested, I got a hold of him, he finally got back to me, and asked to be able to be put back on it. It's too late to get it to the minute, so I'd like to move the table that until our February 3rd meeting and add that to it. Plus, then there'll be 3 commissioners then to make a decision. That way there's not a split, trying to be a split vote on it.
Okay,
All right, do you want to put that into a motion, or we just?
So I move the table that
Okay.
appointment until the February 3rd meeting.
All right. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, 2025 Litter Initiative, Celeste Calvino.
Hello there.
Hello.
I'll make this quick. I was here 2 weeks ago to get the permission to close down roads for the litter cleanup that we've got planned. What I forgot to do was get the permission for the alternate date for Logan, because we've had weather issues there before, since it's early. And Highway and Sheriff know about it. So so the Logan date is Saturday, March 8th, but if there's bad weather like snow or ice or something, we'll do it the following Saturday, you know.
Okay.
So all I'm asking for is permission to close March 15th if we have to.
I'll make a motion to accept the alternate date of March 15th for road closure for the cleanup, if necessary.
Okay, I have a question. You made sure
Yep.
Shane knows.
Yeah, you know,
That's the only question I have. What's that?
that's all right.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Celeste. All right, Soil and Water District update, Matt Jarvis, John Cruz, and Matt Simpson. Gentlemen, step up and tell us who you are.
I'm Matt Jarvis, I'm District Conservationist for Natural Resources and Conservation Service.
Step up to the podium. Just-
So, Matt Jarvis, District Conservationist for the Natural Resources Conservation Service, which is part of USDA. Just wanted to come and share information on the conservation practices that were installed this past year. As you know, we're co-located with the Soil and Water District in the county, and it's with our partnership that we're able to attain the things that we've done. We appreciate that partnership, as you guys continue to support the Soil and Water Conservation District. John's going to introduce our new staff in a minute, but NRCS is continuing to support the new person in our office with IT, computer, phone, and so forth. So it's been a struggle, but we're getting there, and so hopefully he'll have his computer on Thursday. So I also attached in there, Dwayne, I wasn't sure if you were familiar with our emergency watershed protection program. We've done it in the past, and so there's a sheet in there. We worked with Tim Grivey this last year up on Johnson Fork, and I think that, I haven't talked to him recently, I think that's been completed or near completion. And so there's a little information there, but it's a program that NRCS has to try and assist counties when there are some road slips, debris, removal, tornado damage, and those kinds of things. We don't put the roads back, but we can help with the drainage and the banks and so forth with that. So it's been a pretty good program for us. So I don't have any questions for me, but just wanted to share that information here first.
Nope.
We're good?
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
I'm John Frizzy, I'm one of the, Board of Supervisors for River County Soil and Water. Let you know that we just recently purchased a new Jeep, or a used Jeep Compass, that would replace the old Jeep that we had, that was given to us by the county, and we turned that back into the county, so they can do whatever they need to do with it. And, the county has insurance and everything, they got all the paperwork taken care of for that. Also, next week, the Indiana Soil and Water Association has their annual meeting. I'll be attending along with 9 other people from our county. Our Dearborn County annual meeting is March 13th. It's at Liberty Theater, and you'll all be getting an invitation for that. Also, we had a change in personnel. We have a new person we just hired, Matt Simpson. He's taking over stormwater coordinator. Recently we had Kylie, she came over to Dearborn County and wanted a position, and so we have a new hiree, so I'll introduce Matt, and let him kind of tell you what's going on.
So my name is Matt Simpson. I'm the new stormwater coordinator, as John said. I won't say a whole lot, but I just want to make sure that, you know, a familiar face to associate with the position and all of that. But yeah, I'll be working with MS4 stuff. I'll be working with construction, stormwater inspections, and stormwater pollution prevention plan review, among other things. Yeah, so if you have questions on those kind of things, you can direct this or on.
Have you met your contact for MS4 here?
I have met Sandy once.
Sandy, okay.
Yep.
Right, and is she going to, and are you going to be included in any of the MS4 meetings that they're involved? If not, you need to get on that agenda so you understand what's going on.
Yeah, last time when Kyla was in your position, I know Sandy and Kyla were working on trying to delineate what was Kyla gonna be responsible for and what was Sandy gonna be responsible for as far as MS4 goes. So just touch base with Sandy and see how far they've gotten, because the cities are also designated MS4, so while Sandy's gonna be the MS4 coordinator for the county, the cities are still gonna have they're gonna have their own programs that they're gonna need to implement. So I think we're gonna need to know what are they gonna need to do in-house, and what are you gonna be able to help them with as far as MS4 goes. So again, that's something I know Sandy and Kyla were working on, so I just had to check with her.
Yeah, and I will say, we did have a course of action between Sandy and I. Once I get all my equipment, my computer, everything set up, my email address that I just received, then to get back together so I can do some training to be affiliated with the iWorks program that we're going to be using. Yep, and all that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Sullivan, EMS Director.
Jason Sullivan, EMA Director.
That's what she has here, EMS, it should be in EMA. Okay, goes on your report.
EMS, EMA. I have one thing to bring up today. It's for the travel advisory, travel watch that we went under on January 5th, 10 a.m. Started out as a yellow travel advisory. At noon, on the same day, we went to an orange travel watch. On the 7th, at 6:30 p.m., we downgraded to a yellow. On the 10th, we had some more snow and ice come in. We went back to an orange travel watch. On the 11th, we downgraded to a yellow again. And then the 12th, at 3 p.m., we went to the travel advisory and returned to normal travel status. I just need the board commissioners approval for this travel advisory in March.
Okay. Any questions about that?
No.
All right. I just want to say it's good communications among everybody involved. And I think we made all the right decisions regardless of what Facebook, the keeper of everything, true.
There was a few opinions on that.
So I think we made good decisions.
Well, like we're such a diverse county as far as roads, and, you know, I'm in the northern part where we're clear most of the time, and it's hard to eliminate people from traveling when they can get to work, when horses can't. It's just, we need to work through that with the businesses to make sure they get a plan, for sure.
Okay. I don't think we have any more questions. Need a motion to approve your,
Motion to approve this report?
yeah. Motion to approve the EMA Director's Travel Advisory Reports as presented by Mr. Sullivan.
So moved.
All in favor? I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I'm not gonna get used to that.
Just so everybody's still aware, we are currently under a travel advisory
Because
due to the cold weather.
Yeah, thanks for that explanation. I think I cleared things
I
out.
hope everybody understood that.
I
I
think,
think Slick Road in the northern part today for about 3 hours, so.
really?
Yeah, it got slick.
It was snowing this morning when I came in.
Terrific.
We just got like a misty, well, it's like a real light snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told it just froze on the road.
Jason, can I get a copy of what you've got, just for my
Yeah, once I get,
email?
yeah, once I get it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, moving on, juvenile doctor's contract, who's reporting on that?
I have that.
Okay. This is pretty much cut.
What's, it's not filled in here, so what's the doctor's name?
That was my question.
Barstow.
Dr. Bartol.
Okay.
First name?
I'm not sure, James, maybe?
I was thinking James Bartol. Is it the
He's
same?
up on Mount Pleasant Road, so we're in Beekman.
Andy, could you spell that last name?
Barkdoll.
Is it
Yeah.
down from here? No. Or is it David? I'm not sure.
Daniel James.
I'll both count.
What's his name, Daniel?
James Bartol.
Daniel James. What's that last name again, Mark?
Bartol, Barkdoll. So this is, something I know Judge Ningard's been working on. This is a, contract for our doctor agreement. Every year we do a doctor agreement and nurse agreement for the juveniles in the juvenile detention center. The pay for the doctor is $19,000, paid quarterly installments in January, April, July, and October in the amount of $4,750. And it's to provide doctor services to the juvenile center.
Okay, yeah, any questions?
No.
Okay. All right, then I need a motion to approve the Dearborn County Juvenile Center doctor agreement with Dr. Dan James. What was that again?
Bartol.
Okay. As presented by Mr. Bonner.
So moved.
All, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Andy.
Mhm.
Ms. Hayden, you presenting for, Mr. Listerman?
Yes, the first item that I have is the 2025 Pavement Asset Management Plan Agreement. So they call it a PAMP contract agreement. This happens every 2 years, and he says that every road in the county has to be physically driven and have the conditions evaluated. The contract is with HWC Engineering, and it is to not exceed $21,500.
Questions on that?
I thought you were waving that, I asked a question about it.
Okay, you know that because we have that asset
Right, because of
management
the
plan.
right.
Okay.
The forced.
Just want to make sure you're aware of
Yep.
that. Okay.
So I have, oh, go ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, we're gonna have two different ones here. Motion to approve the 2025 payment asset assessment management plan, for 2025 with, HWC Engineering.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, second one.
Let's get the signatures on
All
that
right.
first. So there's two of them. It's the same one.
You put the date in.
I will.
Yep.
The
Okay.
second one that I have is a, consulting contract with American Structure Point for the Lower Dillsboro, is it the slip, I think?
Yeah, there's,
The slide repair on Lower Dillsboro Road, west of Gatch Hill Road, Phase 2. This is with, American Structure Point, and it is not to exceed $349,356.07.
okay. Okay, and it's 80/20.
No.
All right, then, a motion to approve the, Lower Dillsboro Road Slide Phase 2 project consultant contract with American Structure Point, as presented by Ms. Hayden. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And there's two of these as well.
There's Todd.
You have that and that.
I think that's what you're supposed to ask. Todd.
Then, thank you.
I'm thinking the same thing. All right. All right, Facebook page. Ms. Hayden.
We, meaning Commissioner, Dwayne Bischoff and myself, have developed a Facebook page. This is quite new to me, but it was, quite interesting to do. Ramsey helps me as well. Our page name is called Dearborn County, Indiana. So if you get a chance, you can go out on Facebook. We have only done one page, and Commissioner Bischoff has done that. And it simply says that this page will serve as a virtual bulletin board to share important updates, announcements, and information for your county government. Stay tuned for news, events, and resources that matter to our county. Please note this page is not monitored for comments or messages. And for inquiries, I'm gonna put, we do have a Facebook, email, which is facebook@dearborncounty.in.gov, and it comes to me, and then it's got our phone number out there, so I will be monitoring them. Yeah,
This is just for posting, right?
just for.
Comments are turned off.
They
Correct.
will be turned off each post, and I did learn that you have to turn those off each post, correct?
No.
No, you can go in and
Then
settings.
you need to show me that,
Go in
because
there.
Ramsey was saying that every time I post, I have to go in and,
No, you can go into you gotta go into your setting. I'll show you how.
okay.
But you can go in there and turn it off.
So it's strictly informational.
Correct.
We're not,
Bulletin board.
we're not creating a public forum.
No.
No.
That nobody will be allowed to post on it. People can share the page, but they cannot post anything on it.
The main purpose is just to be able to share factual information. So if there's a, whatever, question, or, even like the minutes of the meeting, or the agenda for a meeting, somebody wants to know what's going on. Once it's a final agenda, she can post the agenda, so somebody wants to know what's going on. We can post links to the videos for the meetings. Eventually, I'd like to see it grow into incorporating more stuff going on in the county, and that's what we'll be working on, sharing from the other pages, to create content, just to kind of get the algorithm working that way, so people see the information that's out there.
Right.
Okay. That's just information. Right?
Yes, just a bulletin board.
That's great. All right, Ms. Hayden, you have, EMS contracts, not EMA contracts.
EMS contracts, and I'm sorry about that, Jake.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so what I have is in mid-December, I sent the contracts out to our EMS squads and our first responders. And I have gotten, 5 of the EMS contracts back and 3 of the first contractors' response back. I've gotten Aurora, Bright, Greendale, Manchester, and Morris Hill for the EMS contracts. And for the first responders, I've gotten Friendship, Miller York, and New Trenton. Now, can they be made a motion to allow the commissioners to sign them
Yeah,
as
do
a
you,
blanket?
yeah, you can go ahead and approve all of them, and then the ones that we haven't received back yet, if any of those EMS units, have a concern or an issue, we can address that. But if you approve all 2025 EMS contracts and first responder contracts, and these are the contracts with just the money from the EMS lit. These are not the ones from Riverboat that council does. Those are a separate one.
I've already had those done.
Okay, those ones are done. All right, so these are the contracts from the EMS lit. the
Not
amount.
all of them, not the first responders.
Not all, yeah, you're right. The EMS contracts are from the EMS lit, the distributions are based off of the Hannafin recommendation, which is what council allocated.
And that's
First-
in your packet.
First responder contracts are not from the EMS lit, it's a separate line item,
Right.
but just to assist. So your EMS contracts that you would be approving are with Aurora, Bright, Greendale, Lawrenceburg, Manchester, Morrisville, Sunman. First responder contracts, Dillsboro Fire Department, Friendship, Miller, York, New Trenton, and St. Leon.
Okay, so we can sign those here, if we haven't received the contracts back.
Yeah, and if there's, for some reason, if Sunman hasn't sent theirs back in and they wanna have a discussion, and if there were to be any changes, it would just have to be reapproved.
All right, and then I want to make the distinction between the EMS folks and the first responders. The first responders could potentially be the first ones on site if they do not transfer to the hospital. And the EMS folks are the ones that actually would do the additional care when they arrived on site, and then they would do the transport to the hospital. So that's kind of the way we have it set up currently.
And I'll note too, that with the EMS split being put in place, there's significantly more money being distributed to this unit than we were able to distribute previously.
Right.
And given everything that we went through last year, there have been new parameters added to these contracts to make sure that
Accountability.
there's oversight. The money is to be used for staffing.
Only.
Yes, and we're trying to, with the exception of Bright is needing to buy that, chase car. They're allowed to use.
First responder.
Right. So, all told, just so everybody's aware, all told, between first responder and EMS, Dearborn County is committing nearly $3 million to emergency services.
Versus, I think.
Last year, we
just
did
just
like
3 or 4 years
800,000.
ago, it was like 320,000.
Yeah.
So we've made significant jumps in providing better services, EMS services, Dearborn County. Okay, then, make a motion to approve the 2025 EMS contracts for both first responders and, EMS transporters.
And we're approving them all, but we're just gonna sign what's been returned, correct? Is that what we're doing, or we're just?
You can sign all of them,
You
but
said-
like I said, like, if we don't have
Okay.
Sunman's back and we've signed it, but they haven't, and they wanna have a sit down and talk about it, it would just come back to you again if anything changed.
Okay, so move then.
Okay, good. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. You
Now-
want to sign those now?
I don't have the ones, because what I did is I sent them to, so I don't have Sunman or Lawrenceburg or Dillsboro Fire or St. Leon to present to you tonight.
So we can sign them once they sign.
Yeah, or you can sign them later, and
So what's the motion, Andy?
To approve all
All of the
EMS and
contracts.
first responder contracts.
Just the first responder or the list?
All the EMS and first responders.
So we would like to not pay like here and there and everywhere. We'd like to get all the EMS list in if we can.
well, I'll just collect them and not give them to you until I have them all.
Well, some of them really need their money though. I mean, if I know who hasn't gotten them back, I'll call them and say, you're not gonna get any money until we get that back.
So I've reached out to the ones that have not sent it, and I resend the contract to them, and I got Jason involved, so we're working together to do that. Andy, what was the last response that you got from Lawrenceburg?
Lawrenceburg had a couple clarifications, which I sent to the EMS group that had been working on things. And I didn't hear from anybody. I didn't really have any concerns with the clarifications Lawrenceburg was looking for. So I was fine with the changes that Chief Tremaine had suggested.
And I guess Dell has it now, it's going to Lawrenceburg, or do you wanna check with Dell?
Should I?
do that.
I can call Brian, I guess, he's better at getting back to you.
I have,
When's your
sometimes I
meeting?
reach out to Mark too, Fetty, and ask, Mark, if, I know when we were looking for the MS4 thing, we reached out to Mark and got it from Mark. But what I'm saying is I think the commissioners, as long as they're fine with it, go ahead and approve all the EMS and fire, and then when they come in, we can get them signed and they're done.
Well, we did.
Well, what I'm
we did.
saying is-
We approved it.
She just wants to get them all.
Yeah, we have a
she can get 'em all
spreadsheet, we
paid.
just wanna shove that out the door, that's a lot of money for those people.
Yeah.
Well, we'll sign what we have, and if you wanna get the other ones.
And since they're approved, then I'll do your stamp, and then I'll just, if I have to, I'll bring them to you.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay.
Andy, did we ever find out if Lawrenceburg and fire and EMS combined as one?
I didn't hear back. I did reach out about that. I never heard.
They told me no, they weren't gonna do it.
They weren't gonna do what?
They weren't gonna combine, because when I told them, if you combine, maybe you only get one staunch. And so they got back to me, they said, no, they weren't gonna combine.
Currently, from the riverboat
So I was
distribution.
gonna ask you about that.
Currently, from the riverboat distribution, which is separate from this, Lawrenceburg EMS gets a distribution, Lawrenceburg Fire gets a distribution. The thought was if they combined in two, would they, now, for this year, council allocated two, one
Well,
for fire,
they
one.
sent me two.
Yeah.
So I've gotten all those back.
So the concern was that if they combined,
So what time will you be here tomorrow?
then they would only get one
I have a meeting in the morning at
from
9:30.
riverboat, which would ultimately be up to council. They're not providing any less service, they're just providing, operating under one.
Well, I'll be ready by nine.
As of this year.
Actually, we
When
were
you're done
provided
with
by
the
the
meeting, come
consultant.
Okay, I'll just talk about that, and then I can show you that.
Move to combine
Yeah,
fire and EMS
EMS.
as one, because there's cost savings associated with that.
Yeah. So I don't know, I mean, it really would be a conversation with council. If Lawrenceburg Fire and EMS combine, are we going to reduce, what is it, 20 distributions? 21. Are we gonna reduce it to 20 distributions, and then that way everybody gets more across the board, or would Lawrenceburg get double because they're still providing the same service? I don't know. That's a
As of this year, they haven't, because they sent me two, one for fire and one for EMS. So
But that's
it's
not
the same.
a now, right now concern.
I'd like to get it resolved one way or the other, so we know what we're gonna do.
I mean, when they talked to us, that was something that the mayor had asked them to do, so maybe, do you wanna reach out to Mayor Milan and?
Okay. I mean, when I talked to them, they were all, that's what was gonna happen.
They
Yeah.
weren't until I mentioned the money part.
Then Connie told them they weren't getting
Yeah.
money.
Thank you.
Sorry,
That's it.
trying to be right.
Ms. Hayden, 2025 Knights of Columbus Prayer on the Square request.
Yeah, each year, Gerald Bruns reaches out to me, and they've done this for probably the last 15 years. And the Knights of Columbus Council 1231 from Lawrenceburg, they request to use the Veterans Memorial, which is the area out here with all the bricks and stuff. So they'd like to do that again, and he was late getting to me this year, so it's going to be this Friday, the 24th, at 10 a.m. And I've alerted Eric already. Eric said that he'll make sure that it's cleaned off and that the plug-ins are working and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But as a courtesy, they come and ask you to use the permission to use that area.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
So do we make a motion? for
Yeah,
that?
motion to approve the 2025 Knights of Columbus Prayer on the Square as presented by Ms. Hayden.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And then the last item,
My last item is a, engagement with, Barnes and Thornburg for a state legislative relations council.
they're our lobbyists.
There are lobbyists, and we do this every year, and during, session, when we're in session, we pay them $5,000 a month, which is for 6 months, and when they're out of session, we pay them $3,000 a month. So that totals $48,000 a year that we engage for lobbyists for, the state legislative register,
What was that math again?
48,000.
No, you said 6 months times
6
5,000.
times 5 is 30.
That's 60,000. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
That's 30. Okay, and then you got what?
6 times 3 is 18.
Okay, I'm just checking.
He was just making sure you were paying attention.
Good
Yeah.
thing you're not on council.
I like it. All right, motion to approve the 2025 Barnes and Thornburg State Legislative Relations, as they call it.
Yep.
So moved.
Okay, I'll second, all in favor,
Aye.
for the amount of $48,000.
This just gets me signatures from our president.
Just for-
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm done.
All right, Ms. Fromhold, claims?
Yes.
Motion to approve claims.
So moved.
I'll second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Full letter.
Payroll. Motion to approve payroll.
So moved.
I'll second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, motion to approve the Dearborn County Board of Commissioners meeting minutes for January 7th, 2020.
So moved.
I'll second it, all in favor?
Aye.
And Dwayne, I do have your name spelled right, I think.
Motion carries.
I didn't even look.
If not, I'll fix it.
That's fine. You were the closest, most people are not even
Two
that
places
close.
I had it right. 20 I did not.
Mr. Biden, will you have anything for us?
I just have one, thing that, Connie and I have been working with Bill Shelton on, a professional services contract with Carl Fryman to do our weights and measures. Carl, if you guys don't, I think you guys might know Carl, he was the building inspector for
Yeah, I know.
the city of Lawrenceburg, and then he worked here for a part-time basis, and I think he's just kind of scaling back more, so this is just gonna be a professional services contract, not a part-time employment situation. For him to do weights and measures. Weights and measures is something that we're required to have as a county having a population of over 30,000 people. There's certification process that you have to go through to be able to do it. Bill and, Carl are already certified. And then also, Bill or Carl would provide, building inspections on an as-needed basis if for some reason, Bill was out of town or something unavailable to do building inspections. The amount is, Leah's gonna kill me, because it's 22,000 total, so that breaks down to $1,833.33 per month.
She does not like cents.
I know she's gonna kill me, but, but my mom was a math teacher, so.
Well, even the state rounds.
So again, this would be, it's a professional services contract with Carl Fryman, Carl to designate Carl as Dearborn County's inspector of weights and measures, and then also to assist with building inspections as needed.
In addition to that, amount, is there a vehicle?
He would have the county vehicle that has the weights and measures equipment on it, and a fuel card for that vehicle. It's in the contract that those are not to be for personal use and subject to termination if they're used.
Okay, that's part of the contract.
Yes.
And as part of the contract, him assisting, or is that gonna be an additional?
Yeah, it's in there as well that he would do building inspections on an as-needed basis at the request of the building commissioner.
Okay, motion to approve service contract for Mr. Carl Fryman, to conduct weights and measurements. Is it a one-year contract?
Yes, it's for 1 year.
For a one-year contract in the amount of $22,000 per year.
So moved.
I'll second that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And it's
Jim,
Jim.
everything else for us?
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you.
And then Connie, there's a test on there.
Okay.
Is there just one signature page?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Bischoff, do you have any, comments?
Just one thing, we had spoke about, drafting a letter, and I had sent an email to Andy and Sue and Jim, and we've kind of come up with one. I don't know, did you finish getting it re-edited?
I did not, but I
Did not,
will be
okay.
done first thing in the morning.
It's basically, it's a letter to send out to local businesses to ask them to address the emergency situation, the road situation, where the comments come up about being orange or red. Maybe businesses haven't thought about it, but maybe this will get them to think about it. So if they have employees that are on roads to where they can't get out, but, you know, you have employees that can't get out. This will leave it kind of up to the businesses to make some sort of decisions and have a plan in place so their employees know. We're just requesting that they do this. We're gonna try to get it to all the local businesses. We'll also post it on our Facebook page, and I'll be sharing it on mine, so we can get it out to as many businesses as we can. So if we miss somebody, we apologize, but it's not a requirement. We're just asking people to bring it to their attention. I had messaged Jason about if he would assist if somebody has a question. He said he'd be more happy to. So if we have a business or you know a business that has a question, you know, we'll try to work with them to get some sort of plan in place so that next time, if we get that situation again, everybody will kind of have an idea of what's gonna happen.
Thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate it. I would just like to, and I should have done it at the first meeting that we had, but I wanted to welcome Dwayne on board and look forward to working with you the next few years. Thank you, appreciate it.
We were a little busy.
Is there any late arrival information? Okay, hearing none. Public comment? If not, Dwayne, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
All right, I'll second that, and all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.